MAT1033 Final Exam Review Question 18. We have a rational equation, one of my favorites. 3 divided by x minus 2 divided by x plus 1 equals 2 divided by x squared plus x. With a rational equation, we can clear the fractions, multiplying through by the LCD over 1. So let's find that LCD. Okay, remember how we find that is we factor each denominator and keep the factors, the unique factors that appear the highest number of times in any one factored form. So the denominator here is x. Won't factor, so we keep it together as a factor, as a monomial. X plus 1 won't factor, so we keep it together as a factor. But this denominator will factor. We factor this binomial starting with the GCF. So the greatest common factor is x. We factor that out, and here is the factored form. Now if you notice, those are the same factors as the other two denominators. So that's going to give us our LCD. We're going to keep x and x plus 1. And we're going to put that over 1, because that's the factor we're going to use to multiply through each one of these fractions in the equation. So we start with x times x plus 1 over 1, and we're going to multiply that times the 3 over x, and then minus, again, that LCD, x times x plus 1 over 1, and we're going to multiply that times the 2 over the x plus 1. And that's going to be equal to the LCD again, x times x plus 1 over 1 times 2 over, I'm going to go ahead and show the factored form of that, x times x plus 1. Multiplying fractions, multiplying the two fractions, we can cancel here, reduce it, and then we're going to end up with x plus 1 times the 3 minus, okay, again here, because we're multiplying fractions, we can cancel the common factors, top and bottom. We end up with x times 2, and that's going to be equal to, again, let's do some ooh, look at all this. All of this will cancel, which is great. So what do we end up with on the left or the right hand side? 1 times 2 on the top, and 1 on the bottom. And if you notice, all the denominators will end up as 1. That's our goal. Okay, now we've got to determine what kind of equation we have and then solve it appropriately. Lots of parentheses, so let's go ahead and clear those. And then of course that's minus 2x equals 2. Combine like terms on the left, we see we just end up with x plus 3 equals 2. Subtract 3 from both sides, and we get the solution x equals negative 1. Now, we would think, okay, well, you know, there's our solution, x equals negative 1, and we would check it, but if you notice, if we go back up here to the original equation, what are the two solutions that would create an undefined value? Well, this one, if x equals 0, we would have a problem here, that'd be undefined, and if x equals negative 1, we would have a problem here and here for both 0 and negative 1. So we can't have either of these as solutions because they would create undefined values. Oh, well, we ended up with negative 1 as our solution, which is one of those values that is not in the domain. Therefore, there is no solution to this. All of that work, no solution.